Hello everyone, I'm RatManSam and welcome to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I've actually never played the Stanley Parable, but I did remember when it was like really popular on YouTube and I just like loved watching it. Yeah. Yeah, Axel time. The game's going to judge me so fucking hard. But like, I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember you play as a guy named Stanley who works in an office pressing that button.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
In fact,
and then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
One other thing about Stanley Parable that I just remembered is it actually started as a Half-Life 2 mod, and it looked completely different. Like, I'm pretty sure it's, you know, not made in Source Engine. It could be Source Engine, actually. Because, like, you can do...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted. Like, you can do a lot of amazing different things in Source Engine, but like, something I'm realizing is, Stanley's fucking tiny. He's puny. What? He's... It's so weird. Also, I like that E is just like a button clicking sound, considering Stanley is just like a button presser. So it's like, you know, it's kind of interesting. Maybe I'm just like at my desk and I'm just like in a daze, a hallucination. And I'm just like pressing buttons on the computer, but I'm just like imagining like a far bizarre situation. Stanley has hyperphagia. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck you,
This
Mr.
was not
Narrator.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna find one of these. That's fucking weird. I'm gonna find one of these doors that actually do open.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, maybe I could just drink some coffee in instead.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I? Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
Holy
incredible he
shit.
wasn't fired years ago.
Like, it's like I'm sitting down in one of these chairs and I'm just rolling around. That's how tall Stanley is. Like, it's weird. Okay, I need a key card if I want to go in there. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Okay, it's not in motion.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'm powerful. I'm mighty. I'm Stanley. Okay, I'm back. Oh, shit. Penalty for jumping $5,000 off the cargo lift. Well, what if I just don't jump off the cargo lift?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
What if I make that
What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Look at that, right there. If I go up there and get on there and then fall there and then go there, I get on in that vent. Okay, I can't go that way. Okay, so what was you saying, Mr. Narrator Man? Danger everywhere. Cargo Operation Manual.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Now, do you take the red pill
through the red door,
or do you take the blue pill? What door was I supposed to go through? Would not making a choice be a choice? I'm curious about that now. Like, is not making a choice a choice? I think he said go through the red door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah, I didn't. I walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know
independent,
so
powerful
what's out
being.
there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
The abyss.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
Fucking source
because you
map.
were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
The correct door. Oh, never mind.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback.
I don't think those
here.
choices was real, so... Yeah, I think it was fucking grand.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
It's like when you go to the grocery store and there's too many options. Ketchup or catsup.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
What compatible...
honest answers, please.
I didn't see a leaderboard,
Hey, I
though.
nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
No, let's...
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
What game we're going to be playing?
What we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Firewatch.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Was that the Minecraft fucking door sound? I want to see if I can knock those propane tanks down. Oh yeah! So I think in the original it was actually Minecraft that it put you into, wasn't it?
Oh no, it can't be.
But ain't Firewatch a game about just like walking and hearing
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
No, we ain't. The woods is right there.
Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Fucking Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay, I'm moving fast.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me?
I'm in the fucking void.
Stanley, come back.
Oh shit. I'm in creepypasta land. Eyes go bloody.
hyper-realistic eye bleed pop out eye. Mario Super said, Mamma Mia! Donkey Kong song rap was evil and said DK, monkey rape. I got scared, I called mom. I burn Donkey Kong.
I don't know. I haven't read any like shitty creepypastas for a long ass time. So I kind of just forget what they go with. Oh shit, I think this is my office, maybe?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story...
I went to the fucking back rooms, dog.
Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Wait, was that a button on my desk? Okay, I thought I saw a red button. I was like, okay, press it. I think it's so weird that this is the white void.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
I can't
hoping
wipe
he might
away.
find an answer there.
Everyone is unique, you most of all. I like how it's just two hairstyles. And number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts, and slides. Synergize core value, expenditures, shift global market. Rate at which charts on the same slide display the same information. Market report, slides. Rate of increase in graph per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I'm begging. Stop. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, chuckle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triceptical and return to your boss in the Boss Appreciation. Solving an interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, be more inclined towards conflict. Success, plant life. Monetize, free to play. Help, I'm posted. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, you son of a bitch. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Make sure your slides have a slick blue graph in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive life. Oh shit, Broom.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Broom.
So he turned around and got back on track.
Radioactive wire.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, I'm looking at the wrench. And the other wrench, and the pliers, and...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just...
don't know what that
sitting in the
is
broom
exactly.
closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Look, I'm being a time thief. I'm stealing time for my boss.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm just looking at stuff, man.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Then why did you put it in? All the other doors are locked. But yeah, that's like a thing that
this
you
is somehow
shoot
its
water
own
out of.
branching path.
Yeah.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
I like the blue closet indeed. Narrator man said I was dumb.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey, fuck
He probably
you.
only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also,
How would I
Stanley's
get the
addicted to
job?
drugs and hookers.
Instead of telling my friends about the broom closet ending, I'm going to go with the...
Well, I've come
Did
to
you
a
get
very
the
definite
drug and hooker
conclusion about
ending?
what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Nah, when I die, they need to, like,
Anyone
fucking
who
send
happens to be
someone in.
nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, you too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm never picking up the story again, dog. Okay, I'm not sure anything else is going to come from that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I don't like conflict, man.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Wait.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley.
Okay, I was supposed to be moving.
This is all too strange. This can't be
Yeah,
real.
yeah, I just noticed
And at
the... I
last,
noticed the
he came to
fucking
the
car.
conclusion that had been
And-
on
and
the
I
tip of his
realized
tongue. He just hadn't found
It's the
words
same
for it.
fucking room.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
You farted.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
69.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Farted.
I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Fucking
Now
crazy.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
It's pretty fucking
And
high
while
concept.
He thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself.
Yeah.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He
Wake
felt
up,
the
Stanley,
cool weight
wake
of the
up.
blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Oh, but this is the mask
fresh
that's
air
duct
of
taped
the
to my
world
back.
Outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
You keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I had a brain aneurysm.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Stanley fucking crazy. I kind of want to attempt to get in there. Oh! Pog Rock is in the house tonight. Oh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the... You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Someone sounds
I've
jealous.
become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I really wanted to see what was down
Already
there.
this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Oh. Oh. I'm not out of the soup yet. Oh, what if I turn off all the computers?
Perfectly well.
Well,
Perhaps
maybe the
he wanted
meeting
to
room's
stop by the
fucking
employee lounge
slime.
first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
I'm just fucking trapped
from
here.
here it's, left.
What about right? I guess no right.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay then.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I don't like the fucking truck. Oh.
No. This isn't
fuck
right
is
at
this?
all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
What?
What? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I had
Did
my
you
eyes
move
closed.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Which way do I want to go? Back rooms ending. I feel like Stanley Parable probably had a lot of inspiration for the back room in a sense. Like, I can't remember
I'll
every
say
single
it.
thing.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Let me go in
It's
the
gotta
left
be
door.
better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Am I still in the soup? I think I'm still in this. I'm pretty sure I'm in the soup still.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
The blue
story.
rooms.
Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay. Oh. Violence has happened here.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh,
Hell yeah.
no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. God damn it, where the fuck am I? Oh, wait. Solitaire.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Look, man, I don't know what any of those
apologize.
words mean. I'm
Sure
pretty
where I
fucking
was going with
slow.
all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Why did number one go? I don't know what the fuck happened.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important.
I want to go
later in
back
the
to that
story.
realm.
Make sure
I saw
you study it
flickering.
closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
How did I even get here in the first place? Because I want to go back.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I have no clue, dude. Okay, so I'm like pretty sure it's here.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Which direction? Okay, yeah, I can do that. Going
Now,
to the back
yes,
rooms.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want a
no,
copy
not
of
you
the
again.
back rooms.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in
I'm
our
not saying
awesome
Stanley
new
Parable
story.
has copied the
No
back
lines
rooms.
or
Like this
monitor rooms.
pre-back
Just don't
rooms.
acknowledge it. We should be fine.
I'm just saying, like, I think it would be kind of funny just to, like, have a back room reference in the Stanley Parable.
Choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And
I hope
since
it just
the
leads
answer is
into the
clearly
same
yes,
room.
then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Please be the same room. Hell yeah. The confusing ending.
Oh,
Okay.
hold up, what's this?
Discover the two door rooms as many
confusion
additional
ending.
doors.
You're telling me
Second,
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
oh,
That's really how all this goes?
I fucking die.
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Yeah, it's different ending.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Well, like,
Perhaps
I
he had
gotta find a
simply missed
book
memo.
store or something. Let's see this computer. It's important, like, there's a code. Okay, I'm here now. There's something very important. See that? Why was it flickering before? Okay, well, I couldn't find what I wanted to find there, but there was just something a bit weird, because, like, the thing flickered on one side, but it was stable on the other side the first time I went through, but it just might have been something with, like, you know, how the world exists, sort of. Oh, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.